All right, guys, so we're on site today right here at the Compass Cove in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We have Lauren and Aaron Melton here, first-time investors. We're going to be checking out 3 units today right here at the Compass Cove Resort. We're going to be working through all kinds of topics that you want to hear about and know about and think through as a first-time oceanfront condo short-term vacation rental investor. Now, we're going to get their impressions, so you don't want to miss that, because that is the priceless material that you need to make a sound judgment about whether or not the Compass Cove Resort is a right fit for you. Well, I don't want to hold us up. Let's get into the video now. You'd like to invest in an oceanfront condo at a beach resort. I'd like to show you how they make profit and break down all their expenses so you understand how they operate, how they appreciate over time, and how to choose the right property manager for your goals. I'd also like to let you know what your HOA includes, how the location best services the tourist booking your unit, how your tourist can navigate the area to the best attractions, restaurants, and local events. I'd like to give you a market report on the resort that you're checking out today so that you make savvy investment decisions. And if you stay tuned until the end, I'll show you my top picks for the units that have appreciated the most in our market or generated the most gross rental income. So no matter if you're a first-time investor, a seasoned professional transitioning into the real estate game, or simply a casual investor who wants to buy an oceanfront condo to rent out while you're not using it for vacation. Whether you've got 15% to pay down because you're financing or you're a cash buyer, if it's an oceanfront condo you're after, you'll be better because I'm aiming to give you a 10 times return on your time for watching this video to the end. So let's work through real quick how clean and modern this condo is. Now the condo itself is absolutely stunning. We could all agree the remodel on it makes it, it is beautiful. But the problem in all of our minds is it's a little bit too clean.
Yep. Too cold.
It's too cold. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. It's too cold. Can you just dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, we've talked about warming up the colors a little bit with some new decorations and just trying to give some life, I guess, to the room.
Give some life to it.
Splashes of pink, splashes of bright blue, things like that.
Some nice contrasting colors that are going to pop well. Now, one of the ideas I had, and I highly suggest that you take this idea. Sam, who is my contractor's wife, she's an interior decorator. She will have clients send her Pinterest board pins, right? Mm-hmm. And from Pinterest board pins, she will develop a concept for the unit and do mock-ups. And she will come up with ideas, things like build-ins, just all kinds of really cool things that you can do to make the unit warm and bring it to life. Very, very cheap. I think she charges like $1,000 for mock-ups. And she'll give you like 3 different sets of mock-ups. So from that, you could get a lot of the ideas that you might not already be thinking about or exposed to. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can enjoy and increase the passive income of your oceanfront condo through the 20 to 22 million tourists that visit the #2 vacation destination on the East Coast each year. Not only can you enjoy the equity paid for by visiting tourists, but you can also anticipate the over 100% appreciation experience at many of the oceanfront resorts in our market during the recent decade. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can depreciate them, reducing your overall tax burden, keeping more money for you and your loved ones, and ensuring unnecessary taxes aren't paid. All right, we are surviving baby invasion. Either way, guys, let's talk about the view. Initial impressions.
First impressions from the listing, looking at the pictures, I thought this view was going to be a lot smaller, less impressive. But walking out here on this porch,
it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, and it's very impressive.
And the size of the balcony is not small.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Wrap around over here.
Yeah.
And you can see the ocean from 2 separate points in the unit, which is amazing.
Yep. And guys, I'm just going to kind of show you really quick. the view that they're talking about. Ta-da! All right, so all that being said, obviously the balcony exceeds your expectations.
Yes.
What I want to throw out is this. Typical one-bedrooms are not going to have this large of a balcony.
No.
At all. It's on the side of the building. It's a wraparound. It's not a true ocean front. It is not a true ocean view. It breaks the rules. It breaks the rules, and it performs well. This unit brought in right at $32,000 last year. I believe it can make probably around $50,000 if you really work it and push it. There's another similar unit higher up here that brought in over $60,000 a year for the last 2 years. So don't believe the hype that the market is down. Yes, the market is down overall, but that doesn't mean that top performing units still aren't performing well.
Yeah.
The people that know what they're doing and have a superior product are making money, and they're really happy about it. Now, let's start working through, real quick, your vibes on the inside. Do we add an extra bed? Do we not add an extra bed? Let's go inside and check it out.
Right.
I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because this is the fastest growing area out of the 150 most populated areas in the entire United States for the last 3 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. This helps to insulate our market from many of the ups and downs that the rest of our nation's real estate market experiences. This can help you have a more stable rental property. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because they have a tremendous upside when compared to money market accounts and the stock market, due to the appreciation they earn and the potential of higher annual yields through their gross rental income when compared to these other investments. Money market accounts and the stock market don't have the upside of added appreciation. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because while our prices have risen and have held their value, we're also much cheaper than other places like Florida. Where else can you go and find an oceanfront condo for as little as $100,000? If you're getting into the real estate game or expanding your current portfolio, the bang for your buck is sitting right on the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina oceanfront. All right, so take us to school. Run us through your initial concept ideas for this space.
Well, originally we had talked about maybe putting a barn door to close this space off and to make this a separate bedroom.
Yep.
And keep this area as sort of your eating space where we have it in the front now, bring it over here.
Yep.
But in doing that, we're gonna lose the Murphy bed, which is losing spaces for people to sleep.
Yep.
So
Which
I think what we're thinking about now is just adding a bed here, leaving this the way it is, and keeping the Murphy bed.
So kind of upgrading one of the sleeping spaces from a couch bed to a king-size bed. Now,
yes.
The competitive advantage of that, guys, is if all of the other units have been remodeled like this, then they're all set up the same way. And if someone's scrolling online and they're going to look at it, they're going to go, do I want to have a bed couch for my 2 guests, or do I want to have a king-size bed for my 2 guests? And logically, they're probably going to choose the unit with the king-size bed. And most likely, you will be able to charge a little bit more money because it's a king-size bed.
Indeed.
So that's kind of how it plays out. That's the win.
And not to mention, from that king-size bed, you get that view.
Here, let's just kind of pivot a little bit, guys. Yeah, so one of the cool competitive advantages of this style unit is there are floor-to-ceiling windows. So all that being said, most of the time those floor-to-ceiling windows you don't really find in units under $400,000. So in my mind, this is going to pop and show up very, very well on Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, because you've got a wraparound balcony, you've got floor-to-ceiling windows, super cool perks that you don't normally find in one-bedroom units.
So we were just asking about the bookings that may be on the books for the next couple of months or whatever. I just asked the question, does that revenue go to the previous owner after the sale, or does it come to us? And apparently it goes to us.
Yeah, so basically post-closing, guys, all of the revenue up to closing is going to go to the seller. For 90 days post-closing, all of the rentals have to be honored by the current or previous property manager for that 90 days post-closing according to the South Carolina Vacation Rental Act. So it's a statewide thing. It has to happen. Now, the old property manager is going to manage that property during that 90-day period, but you'll get all the income. So as soon as you close your property, you're going to want to take that Alta statement. You're going to want to call the previous property manager and say, hey, we're canceling our contract with you. We're going to self-manage, but here's our account information so you can make sure you send us that cash, basically. And, of course, before we even get there, I'm going to get you a copy of the rental calendars so you know what rentals are on the books, and you can go ahead and start working on getting your listing sites set up. All right, guys, now there are 2 different restaurants here on site at the Compass Cove Resort. We've got the Compass Rove, Compass Rose, which is just this way. That is where their big, gigantic slide is. I'll get to that in a minute. If you do rent off-site, your guests are not allowed to use it, but it didn't stop our featured unit here from obviously making bank. I don't know if, okay, we can kind of peek in through here, kind of see. This is called the Compass Rose. It is a breakfast place. It's open 7 through 11 a.m. Well, we can't really get in, but you can take a peek as you see there. Now, there is another restaurant on the 2nd floor, which we're going to get to in just a minute. I'm going to carry you around this way. You do have beach access right that way. I'm going to carry you around this way so that you can see kind of how the slides work. And again, your guest technically, when you self-manage, can't use this slide. Yeah, you have to have a certain wristband to be able to use it. But I would imagine you probably could use this pool. Now, this is where they access it. As you can see here, it stairs all the way up, takes you inside the slide, and it takes you inside of here. Comes out here, as you can see, and then you have a cool lazy river, which I'll give you a nice little tour of. And of course, a pool over off in the distance. Now, Gosha Cook, in her investor interview, dropped a nugget of truth on us. Guys, if your occupancy rate hits 85% for the year, your prices are too low. So you need to raise those prices. And that pretty much wraps it up for this pool here. There we go. There we are. Now, I'm going to take you just out back so you can get a nice view of some of the other amenities. All right, you got snack machines just this way. As you can see, elevator that way, just in between these little corridors here. Ta-da. Snack machines here. Drink machines. Plenty of activities. Check this out. This place is expansive and massive. You got a tiki bar just out here. Lots of fun if you want to drink. You got a nice outdoor deck here. Absolutely stunning. Guys, that is the Compass Cove Resort. Yes, you are beachfront. I mean, this place is nice, man. Now, of course, it could be higher end. It could have better finishes, but it gets the job done for many families that want to vacation here. Those 20 to 22 million tourists. Now, you do have access through a gate just over this way, as you can see there. Those people just went through it. I'm going to take you this way. Showers here, beach access. Nice little cool place to sit out. I am going to take you this way. Battle through the gate. Give me a second. There we go. Plenty of places to lay out, as you can see. You've got a 1-foot kiddie pool here. You got a 3-foot relaxation pool here. Again, plenty of places to sit and lay out and get sun. And then you have another lazy river over here. Now, it is October, and it's already starting to warm up today. So I'm a little hot in this suit. Give me 1 second, sir. There's a lazy river, as you can see. This here, as you can see. And it goes on even further, as you can see. Pretty cool place too. Tables, grills. You got showers, as you can see. And of course, plenty of places to lay out. Pools. And that's the other building there. Guys, that is Compass Cove. And it is all beachfront. And it is massive. We were just working through whether or not there should be a stationary side to the
Barn door.
barn door. And she said no. Lauren said no. Because what happens if somebody wants to open the space up to be able to see the ocean view from the kitchen? Yep. So the whole concept here is we want to have a competitive advantage. We want to create something that other units don't have, which is why we're adding the king size bed in lieu of the couch here, because all the other units that are remodeled are going to have a couch. So if we have a king size bed, people should want to rent that more. Additionally, the reason for the barnyard doors is very simply to create some privacy. So if you have two couples renting a one bedroom together, the couple that's in the kitchen doesn't feel like they're in the kitchen or just outside of the kitchen. They can actually have some privacy and the other couple can use the kitchen. And it just creates the perfect level of separation to maximize the rental income, ultimately. All right, now as we are coming just off of the pool, the beachfront pool area, you are going to see some towels over here to the left, and then to our right, we are going to have a unisex restroom, as you can see, just this way, in case you need to use the restroom. We're kind of still working through the whole Murphy bed, king size bed, two full size beds. Again, the more beds, the more heads, the more heads, the more bread is what my friend says, Taylor Jones. But the whole point is this. So the idea is to appeal to the widest audience possible. So what we've done is we're putting a king in, but the Murphy bed, we're putting a king in the living room, but the Murphy bed is still here. So if you have two couples that want privacy, they can rent this unit. Or if you have people that are going, I want to fit the maximum amount of people, it's not so much about privacy. Well, you've got the Murphy bed, the king, and the two full-size beds. Well, that person looking for that kind of deal, it also applies. Yep. So again, the whole concept here is to create to give the unit the flexibility of attracting the widest audience possible by the layout, by the functionality, exactly how this unit has come to life. It's got to appeal to as many people as possible so you can rake in and have the highest probability of the highest gross rental income numbers. And that's ultimately what we're after here. Yeah. All right, guys, as you can see, parking underneath, plenty of parking. Elevator is just here, right in the center. We're going to come and go find the other restaurant that you don't want to miss that opens up at 12 noon. Before I skip to that next clip, I do want you to see which parking deck we're in, because we walked from one side to the other side. So we're coming out right here. There's our registration building straight ahead. As you can see, there's the front sign, and there's the indoor pools and slides that we checked out earlier. So we were just chatting through how different Aaron's situation is, Aaron and Lauren's situation is this year, all glory to God, thank you Jesus, compared to last year. Aaron and I got connected via YouTube last year, right?
Yep.
We went after a unit, the timing wasn't right. This year turns around, his circumstances are completely different. He's thankful to King Jesus.
Absolutely. Completely
different. Just a handful of things have worked out well and in his favor. And now, it would be almost silly for you not to do this.
Yes, indeed.
Because you got to find some place to put the money. I mean, let's just be honest. All right, so now we were kind of working through we're in a different unit. This is, I don't even want to say what the unit is, but we're in a different unit. We're on the balcony. The balcony and the unit itself, compared to the other unit, definitely feels cramped.
Yeah.
I mean, that's noticeable right off the jump. As soon as I walk in, I feel from like a functional standpoint, like I'm walking around furniture. I don't want to bump into Aaron and his wife. I feel like we're close quarters.
Yeah.
It is not the same feeling as the other unit. Now, so that's one. And then two, it's dated.
Yeah. There's a lot more work to be done to bring it up.
And when you think about dated units, what you got to think about is how much cash out of pocket am I have to pay at one time to get this unit remodeled? A unit like this, at least $40,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of extra cash. Now, that does kind of parlay us into the topic of is it better to buy a unit that's already remodeled or to buy one that isn't remodeled? Well, in their case, for example, they were able to get one that had the brand new upfit done on it.
Yep.
Yes, it does have payments, but they're financing the buy anyways. And to be honest with you, the tourists that are renting the unit they're cash flowing all the expenses. So who cares that it's remodeled or not remodeled? They're not having to come out of pocket with that extra $40,000 to remodel it on their own. They're very, very happy to have bought one that was already remodeled. Now,
Yep.
all right, so now let's just jump into balcony size.
Yep.
All right, what's more important? Is it the view or is it the size of the balcony?
I think it's a balance, but between this unit and the other one, it's the balcony.
Come on, Lauren, I want to hear
think
from you.
Normally side units don't have that view, but the specific one we're looking at really does have a spectacular view with a large balcony. So
Yeah.
that's just a win-win.
Yeah, so would I want to be cramped and get a direct ocean front that's got like 6 feet of space or whatever, 8 feet of space? Or do I want a massive balcony that I can still see the ocean great from? I mean, I'd probably go with the massive balcony personally because it's just, and I think to be honest with you, that's a huge sales point. You know, people look for the large balconies. They're going to be, when people are in the room on vacation, they're going to be on the balcony or either getting ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is the big eye catch right here. So what wins? The size of the balcony, the view of the balcony? Well, it depends. Here at the Compass Cove, we are discovering that some of the rules don't always apply. You know, it's not the direct ocean front that always wins. And the numbers don't lie. Really, the numbers are the market's voice saying, hey, we really like this condo because they are paying for it. So it's kind of hard to argue with gross rental income now. We are on the other side of the registration building. This is the Pinnacle Tower building. There are amenities on site here too. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to take you through here. Okay, let's see. Let's just go this way. A lot of your parking is going to be here. As you can see, we did pass up, by going this way, we passed up some of the on-site amenities, but I'm going to bring you back around to show it to you. But as you can see, this area is great. Now, this is the south end of the beach. Some investors don't want to invest in the south end of the beach. Guys, you have nothing to worry about investing in the south end of the beach. Prices are a little bit cheaper. You get better deals on condos. And with all the work the mayor is doing, they are turning the south end of the beach around, increasing foot traffic, reducing crime. They're doing some amazing things. You need to watch the interview I did with the mayor on my YouTube channel where she talks about how they are buying up the problem buildings and replacing them with new businesses, really changing and reducing the crime in our market. Right now you can buy south end condos way cheaper, and they're going to appreciate once they finish the oceanfront redevelopment project. Now, let's get in here. As you can see, got Starbucks. Not bad, not bad. We've got a gift shop just across the way. Elevators here, as you can see. Cool Compass Cove candy shop. This is your gift shop right here. Hi. In case you forget anything, they have got you covered, you and your guests. You just come right on downstairs and pick up some candy for the kids or anything else that you might need, like Tylenol, Advil, Swimmies, or even some really cool beachwear. All right, guys, cool little seating area. Let's check out some of the on-site amenities in this part of the resort. They got handicap access here, as you can see, super cool. Am I smarter than the gate? It looks like it's fighting me. Here we go. All right. Indoor pool, super cool. You do have exterior stuff going on out there, which we're going to walk through in just a minute. First, we're going to come inside and see everything that's inside. Then we'll go outside. Here's your hot tub. Looks pretty hot. Cool little areas to play with the kids, as you can see. We're going to get to all of these, but we're going to start one way. Let's go this way, guys. Cool lazy river. Very cool stuff. Cool little bridge, as you can see, crosses over. Got a 3-foot kiddie pool. Cool decor. Kids like it a lot, let me tell you. All right, guys, look at this super cool lazy river. And another hot tub here. As you can see, a cool little bridge. I always enjoy that. Hot tub to the left. Now I'm going to take you outside real quick. Here we go. All right. Another hot tub outdoors. Cool little seating areas. Showers just across the way there. Just want to show you real fast. Look at that view. Not bad, right? Not bad. Plenty of areas to lay out. Showers here. Beach access. More places to sit, enjoy, relax. Another beach access. Chairs to lay out right there in the sun. More chairs to lay out in the sun, as you can see. Plenty of areas to lay out here. Now I'm going to take us this way because I want you to see this very, very cool restaurant. It's open from 12 to 9 p.m. Look at the balcony. Super, super cool. We're going to get to it in just a second, guys, but I just want to show you that view. Not bad, not bad. Plenty of area to sit up here. It's kind of like a little rooftop spot, as you can see. And you come in this way. Check out this awesome little hidden gem in our market. Excellent restaurant. Cool little spot right here at the Compass Cove. Hidden away on the second floor. They're open from 12 to 9 p.m. Little bar. Pretty cool colors. Lots of fun for friends and family on the beach. Having a blast. You got restrooms over here, as you can see. But an excellent little spot to hang out. All right, so guys, there's a difference in tacky and quality. Now, I know on the surface, everybody knows that if something's tacky, it's not as nice as something that's high quality. However, let's kind of put it into perspective. I once knew of a 3-bedroom oceanfront condo that made $90,000, right? And in the pictures, it looked great. When we got there in person, it was tacky. It was older, it was dated, it had poppy colors, poppy pictures, and it worked. So that's not going to be great for repeat business. People are going to get there, they're going to rent it once and be like, oh, you got me. But they're probably not going to rent again. It's great for catching new fish every year, not for building a robust book of business year after year. So we've just found a unit that we went into. Absolutely stunning as far as gross rental income numbers, making great money. But upon closer inspection, it was, out of the mouth of Lauren,
Tacky.
it was tacky. And it was the perfect descriptor because that's exactly what the unit is. Now, some business people might say that it's savvy, that they, it's scrappy even, like they were willing and dealing and they made it work with what they had. And that very well could be what's happened here. And some people would applaud and say, oh, this is great. They're making all this money from doing this little bit of tacky work. We're talking tacky. I don't want to be too descriptive, but the point is, yes, it's poppy. Yes, it probably looks great in photos, but it really doesn't have that quality, that nice materials used, and probably not going to attract repeat year over year and build a book of business for you. So you got to choose. Do I want to be the guy who is catching fish, new fish every year, or do I want to have units that are building a solid book of business year after year? My occupancy rates are climbing, and I'm having to raise my prices. I personally want to raise my prices.
Yep.
Guys, let's go find these other on-site amenities. Elevators here to the left. Again, that's the gift shop to the right. Here's a really nifty sign that helps out. Laundry room, as you can see. We got life-size checkers and chess. Super cool. I'll take you out here first. They had a really cool kiddie pool area. As you can see, with lots of fun and cool things for the kids to do. Plenty of place to lay out. Plenty of tables and chairs. And they have some pools further up right here on the side that I'm going to show you as well. Plenty of areas to lay out. Basically, we have to look at the other side of the coin. Gross rental income wise, the market has spoken about this unit. So whether we like it or not, the market is saying they like it, whether it's the top materials, and who knows, maybe the demographic that rents this unit could care less about whether it was top quality materials, whether it was the best thing since sliced bread, whether it was luxurious. Maybe the person that rents this goes, oh, this is the kind of vibe I was exactly what I was looking for. I wanted something more like a tiki hut in Hawaii compared to luxurious, nice, top end finishes. So again, our opinion doesn't always match the market's opinion, and we know what the market's opinion is by the gross rental income. That's the voice of the market that's speaking to you saying, hey, we like this unit so much we paid $40,000 a year for it, $46,000 a year. Now, me and you walk in and go, I wouldn't pay to rent this unit.
Yep.
But the market already did. And so as investors, over and over. So as investors, you got to put on that savvy hat and differentiate my own personal opinions, my own personal biases. You got to start removing all that stuff and going, hold on, logically, let's look at what the market's saying. Let's look at what the historicals are. Let's see that the market, in a down market, this unit is outperforming all the other units or many of the other units here on site. So logically, they might be getting something right in the sense that they are making profit.
Yep.
And I could be getting something wrong with all of my opinions, all of my biases, all the things that I'm thinking about it. You know, maybe other people aren't having those same thoughts. The market obviously differs in opinion, or else they wouldn't be renting this unit.
Yep.
So you got to really, really aim to get super, super objective. And it is not a simple thing to do. You got your own lifestyle, you got your own biases, you got your own opinions, your own experiences. You got to put all that stuff to the side and really start looking at gross rental income numbers and really going, okay, the market here likes this product, or else they wouldn't have paid for it. I don't like that product. I wouldn't have paid for that product. Now I got to ask myself, am I in the question to buy what I like and what I want, what my biases are, or I'm in the question to buy a top performing unit that's making top dollar or making more profit? And if the market that rents here is of this opinion, and I'm not, as a savvy investor, I've got to side with the market and go, hey, this is what people are paying for out here. Maybe they come from a different background. Maybe they have different biases. Maybe they have different opinions. Maybe they had different life experiences. Maybe some resorts, the market's voice is a little bit different than at other places where luxury would be in top demand and this unit wouldn't be rented at all. So all of those factors can be understood and digested and analyzed right from the gross rental income number, just by digging a little bit deeper. So Aaron, kind of hash in on your thoughts.
I definitely agree that it's easy to put your own bias into the mix because you want to feel like you're purchasing something that you would like, and that's not necessarily what sells. That's not necessarily what the people coming here want. They want to go out there and have fun on the beach. They might not care at all what the room is like. Some of them may care a great deal.
Yep.
But I think our job as first-time investors is to find a happy medium somewhere in the middle, and I think we've done that. Yeah. For you and for you guys, absolutely. We found something that hits right down the middle, cuts down everything, satisfies it all the way around, and it's a win for sure. Final thoughts. We're here on site at the Compass Cove. We have looked at 3 different units. We have looked at the unit that you have under contract currently. Yep. Are you guys going to go ahead and get it? Absolutely.
Yes, we got a winner, and it truly is a winner. It's a beautiful unit. Now, thoughts on the resort as a whole, the amenities?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Man. The number of pools and water features they have for both kids and adults is crazy.
It's wild, right?
And then you've got the on-site restaurants and the tiki bar, the coffee shop, and it's right here in the heart of Myrtle Beach. I mean, you got everything.
You got everything. Yep, absolutely. So now, out of the units that you saw, if you could kind of rank them, how would that play out? Would you go more for, let me ask like this, the unit that made more gross rental income, would you give it a number 2 spot or would you give it a number 3 spot?
Number 2.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. Just
because the income is there and it does feel less cramped.
Okay,
Yeah.
for sure. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we learned that layout plays a huge role.
Yep.
Absolutely. Let's work through personal use. You guys plan on using the property?
Yes.
Absolutely.
How many times a year you think you might do it?
Well, it depends on how much we're booking, I guess.
Okay.
We don't want to get in the way of money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely won't be here during peak season.
Okay. You got a smart strategy in place. Guys, for all of you that don't know, peak season is April through September, Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's when you don't ever touch your unit or rent it. Now, June, July, and August, if you have a superior product, meaning a nice remodel unit that the market likes, you should make enough money during those 3 months to basically pay all of the operating expenses to include your principal and interest, your mortgage, for the entire year. The other 9 months are pure profit months. So outside of that, y'all's strategy is kind of personal use whenever it's not rented. Mm-hmm. Definitely not during peak season to make sure that you can get those peak season rental income. But outside of that, you will enjoy it for you and your family.
Yep.
And we'll definitely bless friends and family with, little
absolutely. Come on now. That's always, to be a blessing is always a blessing. You better believe it. Wonderful. All right. So as you guys know, Aaron and Lauren are first-time investors. What made you go with a short-term vacation rental property like an oceanfront condo?
We were in Florida. We noticed a 3-story house that was just down from where we were staying and wondered what it would be like to get into one of those and maybe live in one floor and rent out the other 2. And we started thinking, just on a whim, she started looking in Myrtle Beach and
couldn't believe the prices.
Yeah, happened to see some really crazy prices that were in our price range.
I actually looked at him and I was like, this isn't real, right? Like there's a catch. This is like a timeshare or something. This can't be the real rates.
Yeah.
So we looked into it, and sure enough,
it was real.
We came across you on YouTube talking about rental income, and I couldn't believe some of the numbers we were seeing. So we were hooked.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long did you guys think about it before you did it?
Before we tried to do it last year, it was probably 2-3 months.
It was pretty fast time.
Yeah.
So once you knew it was for you, you were all in.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you didn't take a long time to get married either, did you?
Well, didn't take a long time to tell her I was going to marry her.
Okay, so he knows what he wants. Yeah. He knows what he wants. Okay, wonderful. All right, sweet. Now, all right, so Why didn't you stick with Florida? Price?
It's too expensive.
I hear it. Yep, I hear it.
And the profit margin isn't there.
Yes.
Like it is here.
From what I understand, the profit margins are not there. I hear that from investors. The insurance costs are just way too high. And to be honest with you, I interviewed Rufia Nigro. She owns 27 oceanfront condos in our market. She lives in Florida. And come to find out, our key takeaway is the condos in Myrtle Beach are $100,000 to $150,000 cheaper than the condos in Florida, but they make the same annual profits. Well, excuse me, the same annual incomes, not the same annual profits. Right. So why would you buy money there? I mean, why would you buy condos there and spend more when you get the same condo $100,000 to $150,000 cheaper a year?
Crazy.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Okay. So, did you happen to read other articles? Were you in other places? Were you checking out BiggerPockets? Like, where were some of your sources that you were looking for great insight on investing?
Really, nothing in particular. Just Googling what we were looking for. Income numbers that sort of kind of break down. Sorry, those kind of breakdowns for showing you your profit and loss and stuff. Yeah. And then we found you, and you kind of do all that in house. So
it makes the process a lot easier. Yes, guys.
He found you, and he came and he was like, "This guy knows what he's talking about."
Yes,
he's showing us the numbers up front. We have to meet this guy.
Yes,
so
good.
He contacted you like
absolutely.
days later.
Yeah, and I try to do that on purpose. And I think a lot of people, you should see my TikTok, guys. I got one post on there, right? 40,000 views.
Oh, nice.
People are like commenting, this is. You should hear some of the stuff people say. On another one of TikToks, this guy was like, "This is the stupidest post I have ever seen. What about this?" And all these kinds of things. People are just fussing. They think it's a scam.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, no, I'm just a real estate broker, like selling properties. Like that's normal. Hello, Yeah. But I do try to go into it, do all the work, learn everything that can be learned, and make sure. To be honest with you, my YouTube has been an education in investing for myself. Yeah. And so I'm doing the work because I want to know what the deal is. And then I just present that to you guys. Let you guys, will help you work through it, So, anyway, so it's a win-win for everybody. But I do aim to be a one-stop shop. For all you guys that don't know, you can get my whole network, everything. It all comes in my fee. Contractors, cleaners, you name it, handymen, 1031 exchange experts, attorneys, lenders, CPAs. If you need it, I've got the right person for you, and we can help get it done. All right, now, do you plan on scaling a portfolio?
Absolutely.
How many properties are you wanting to go after?
I'd love to have 15, 20.
Come on.
Maybe more.
And I guess your whole aim is to build generational wealth for you and your children, right? Yep. For your family. I like
Absolutely.
It. A righteous man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Come on. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. All right, well, any lesson or big takeaway, any big moment for you throughout this whole process?
Nothing in particular this time around. I would say that maybe just Compass Cove in general is like the spot, I think, for a first-time investor.
We haven't found any place better than Compass Cove.
No. Price point-wise, amenity-wise, gross rental income-wise, like it's
target
a good spot.
Demographic-wise.
Yeah, good spot.
I mean, you've got a wide range of offerings for a wide range of people.
Well, guys, you're hearing it right here from Aaron and his wife, Lauren, themselves. Compass Cove is the spot for first-time investors in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina that want to break into the short-term vacation rental game. If you don't have $500, $600, $1 million to spend on a short-term vacation rental property, well, guys, come right here to the Compass Cove, buy something from the $200,000, and enjoy those profits. Play the long game. Let them build up over year, save the money, and buy another one, and just start snowballing that portfolio. A very viable, smart strategy that many real estate investors use. Well, guys, it's been great having you guys on the show. I'm so thankful that you agreed to be on YouTube. I had fun checking out Compass Cove today. Guys, if you have questions or need anything, pick up the phone and give me a call. I get calls, emails, and texts all the time from investors just like you looking to invest in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's 843-360-1737.